And it's not going to be that complicated. But, you know, we poets, do you mind if I take the jacket off? It's rather warm here. We poets, well, we find the sources of inspiration from lots of places. And one of the places I find it from is Shakespeare. Please sit down, please sit down. The more people sat down, the less my voice echoes. And one of the sources I get to is Shakespeare. And I was trying to think, I wanted to do something about Julius Caesar. And I thought, how am I going to do a poet? Where am I going to put Shakespeare? Which one? And I was thinking of, you know, all the great actors who've done versions of it. And I remembered this wonderful version, very classic version called Carry On Cleo. I don't know whether you've experienced that film. And one of the lines I always thought quite amusing was, infamy, infamy, they've all got its infamy. And that's what you're going to be asked to regale back in choral beauty. Should we try it? I like to shove my finger up, by the way, it's just one of those things.
Infamy, infamy, they've all got its infamy.
That's very good. Now can we do it together with some verve and vigour? Shall we try it again?
Infamy, infamy, they've all got its infamy.
Once I was top dog, Rome's #1 geezer, I was Julius C, the guy they called Caesar. I was numero uno, and love God, Rome stood. Even Sexpot Cleo said I was real good. Sadly,
infamy, infamy, they've all got infamy.
I was the big generalissimo, I never lost a war. I said, Vini, Vidi, Vici, and wowed the Senate floor. But now comes the woeful part of my life's history. You'll like this. Beware the Ides of March, I thought mere sophistry. You try and rhyme me. Oh no!
Infamy, infamy, they've all got infamy.
That bugger Brutus and pals Green with jealousy decided they'd stab me in the back, you see. So they planned and plotted until came the day. They stabbed me in the back, as I said, A2 Brute. Actually, he didn't, but, you know, it rhymes. Thrice woe!
Infamy, infamy, they've all got infamy.
So open your luggles and take advice from Julie C. If you wish to avoid being in a Shakespearean tragedy. Never turn your back on an enemy or friend. And stay home in March and escape a nasty end. 'Cause
infamy, infamy, they've all got infamy.
that was a poem what I wrote. Did you enjoy it?
I first met Bryan a couple of years ago at National Poetry Day at a bookshop in Walsall, and after that you formed the Walsall Poetry Society. We do really like to encourage people who write poetry to, you know, be published. I mean, we publish a book of poetry. This is the second year where we encourage amateur poets to send us their poetry, and we'll put it in a book that we sell for charity. So if you're interested afterwards and you've scribbled and you think, you know, I'd really like to share this with people, please just come and speak to me or Bryan, and we'll give you the email address. We're hoping to publish the book in the spring, aren't we, Bryan?
Yep.
I mean, Bryan was talking about how poetry sort of takes over my life. It's called obsessive compulsional poetry, or OCP for short. I'm writing this poem while I'm on the bus, disturbing commuters, causing a fuss. I'm writing this poem while I'm at work, ignoring my intro, its contents are sure. I'm writing this poem while I'm on the throne, using loo paper if I run out of my own. I'm writing this poem while I'm asleep. I dream new verses onto pillows and sheets. I've been writing this poem all of my life. Everyone has left me, even my wife. I'm still writing this poem, just ignore the knocking. I can't stop now, even in my coffin. Thank you. It's called Poetry's the New Rock and Roll. Poetry's the new rock and roll. Can't you feel it in your soul? It's the new craze for boys and girls. Poetry's going to take over the world. Kardashians are yesterday's news. It's poets people now choose. They want words that aren't dumbed down. Simon Cowell's had to leave town. Now everybody has a goatee beard. Even the girls, which is cute, not weird. Everybody reads poetry all day. The world's gone rhyme crazy, the papers say. Statues of poets have been raised, their birthdays are now holidays. National Poetry Days all the time. Kanye's on the dole line. Sadly, as this poem speaks to you, you know its words aren't true. You have a thought that leaves you cold. Poetry really isn't the new rock and roll. Do you know, although we know that, we don't care, because our words we will still share. Poetry may not be the new rock and roll, but I prefer it, if the truth be told. Thank you.
I still ponder the reason as to why he was so determined to die. To slowly bleed out the gift of life by slicing his wrists with a knife. What sorrow was so complete that it caused such utter self-defeat? He always seemed to be around, discreetly merged in the background. I did not know him all that well, more an acquaintance, truth to tell. I might say hello and briefly chat, but admittedly little more than that. I cannot give a viable reason why I was so troubled that he should die. So with feelings of consternation I attended the service of his cremation. On entering the chapel, to my despair, I found no other mourners there. How lonely it must be for one to be known by many, but missed by none. And in that moment I comprehended that here was a man unfriended. Finally, as I travelled my way home, I realised that now I too was alone. For although I was known to many, was there truly a friend amongst any? And will the hurly-burl of the crowd just be the wrapping of my shroud?
As the cold wind snaps and lashes while the driving rain cuts and splashes, the optimistic ice cream man attempts to sell his wares as best as he can. His van's tinny chimes tinkle out against the wind, trying to announce, "Come to my van, you hungry kids. You'll see ice cream, if the truth be told, can be eaten hot or cold. True, eating it hot is a mess, but you won't like the ice cream any less." Still the cold rain lashes, still the driving rain splashes. So as the weather has him beat, the optimistic ice cream van retreats and starts his engine and drives away, perhaps to return on a sunnier day. About that. The other day, I saw a curious sight. There was a man in the street. He was reading a book. I had to stop and rub my eyes and take another look. But I wasn't having an hallucination. A man was reading a printed page. He wasn't using an iPhone or a Kindle. Doesn't he know they're all the rage? As I watched cars and buses stopped, people get the man free cheers. Hooray, he's reading from a book. We'd heard they'd disappeared. TV crews quickly turned up, plus radio broadcasters too. There's a man reading a book soon became the headline news. Despite all this, the book-reading man made no effort to stop or look. He didn't notice the fuss he caused. Must have been a hell of a book. Thank you.
Lost summer. Oh, those almost forgotten summer days. Such long, slow, easy, languorous ways. Sultry heat, heavily drifting on a breeze as happy youth lingered in drowsy ease, caressed by a hot sun's kissing tease. Who remembers those summer days? You remember them? Yes, well, come on, put your hands up. You remember them? Yeah. Oh, those almost forgotten summer days of verdant green in shimmering haze, azure seas stretching beyond horizon's reach, as youth frolicked on a hot, sandy beach. We thought that life had nothing more to teach, for the sparkling wine of our effervescent youth tasted of the heady promise of hope and truth. Oh, those almost forgotten summer days, distant memories found as we inward gaze, for now we search for youth's glowing ember to warm the colder time of our September. Our aged bones can rest while we remember time. Worn creases may form a winsome smile as we again in merry youth linger for a while in the lost horizon of so many yesterdays, those almost mythical, naive, endless days. Oh, those almost forgotten summer days. Oh, those almost forgot something. Out of the post, a box addressed to me. I opened it after ripping the fancy wrapping free. It was clean, It was clean, well manicured, but nothing grand. After all, it seemed just like any other hand. The fact that it was disembodied was of some concern. Its evil intent, the terror of it, I was soon to learn. Moving with swift agility, it was malevolently bold. It launched itself at my throat and grabbed hold. Its strong fingers tightened, trying to strangle me. I struggled, but managed to break the grip free. Thrust back in the box and parcelled as before, I placed it in the post, addressed to my mother-in-law.
Being on Bake Off, as this poem says. So here I am appearing on Bake Off, nervously baking in the famous tent, where because I fear an underbake in front of the oven I'm now bent. My timer's gripped tightly in one hand, my recipe screwed up in the other, and I find I can't avert my eyes from what I'm baking in the oven. Worried, I decide to check my bake. Tentatively, I open the door. Is it ready? Is it done? I wonder. Or should I leave it just a little bit more? I pace like an expectant father, concerned for my buns in the oven. I chew my lip and long for a cigarette. I can't produce a perfect baker's dozen. All I can really do is sit and wait and try not to look like there's no problem, as the sweat slowly trickles down my back, giving me a soggy butt. In this poem, simply entitled, Cake. Cake will never let you down. Cake will always be around. Cake never ever goes out late or gets drunk with its mates. Cake never hogs the duvet. Cake always knows what to say. Cake doesn't mind your family arriving unannounced for tea. Cake doesn't care if you don't text. Cake doesn't care about your ex. Cake will help you lose weight and think your clothes are great. Cake lets you see other cakes. Cake never ever wants a break. Cake will never let you down. Pity there's not enough to go round.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
That's not so bad, that's not so bad. So now the train's coming out of the station, my finger's going up. Go!
Clickety-clack, clickety-clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Death hurls heedless down the railway track, onward it speeds forth in a headlong attack. As if lit by the fires of hell, it hisses and steams. The noisome engine hides the girl's screams.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Don't stop the train, for God's sake.
Clickety-clack.
As the corpse suffers its mutilated fate, the carriage grabs her soul, adding to the freight. The remains are left as death continues its ride. Onward it steams in pursuit of the next suicide.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Death hurls heedless down the railway line. All aboard! Next stop hell, and death's on time!
Clickety-clack, clickety-clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clack, clickety-clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Woo, woo! Down in the valley a primordial spirit sleeps. Here no chapel bells ring or sing song-bird cheep, for over its meadows and streams an evil creeps. Down, down in the valley lives something so fell, its malign spirit casts a powerful cancerous spell, subordinating all under its powerfully dark compel. Deep, deep in the vale, within its aged copse, an evil does dwell, entrancing young maidens within its dell, where amidst bent twisting trees they enter hell. Deep, deep is a hunger only a life can feed, for a sacrifice each season must answer the soil's need. With each harvest renewal a human heart must bleed. Down, down in the dale the passage toll is dear, for deep, deep in the valley visitors pay the price of fear. For in this vale a dark malignancy rules all here.
They carry words. Words stuffed into pockets mixed with fluff. Words forced into wallets alongside old receipts. words withdrawn from dusty old accounts, words gathered from faded ashtrays on windowsills. Poets should be rich, but they can be careless, because as they fumble for the right word, they spill it out like so much loose change, which rolls around the floor unwilling to be caught, lost until found and read by puzzled strangers. Ask a poet and they will swear they have words on them, but when they check, they find nothing. The words have tumbled into sofa-like cracks of their mind, there to gather dust along with other lost ideas. A poet's words start promisingly sharp and crisp until they are nibbled by literary moths, so they become tatty and unrecognisable, unaccepted and unusable. Anyway, as I said, poets don't carry cash, instead we carry words, which in spite of all the trouble that we have with them, we love to spend freely. Thank you.